Kia ora and welcome back. We're on the 235 Club here. We've got Nathen M. Middlemiss, Taringatura Hills, 1999. It's a 12 by 12, but it hits the overspread, so you have to sort of hang in there with me. I had to do some maths on this one. So the lengths, they're 27 and 4 by 29 and 2, so they get a 55 there. Now, it's allowed to be 4 inches wider than the longest length, and the longest length being 29 and 2, that'll take it up to 33 and 2. So then the spread that's measured is 34 and 5, which is 1 inch and 3/8 long. So you then times that by 3, that comes to 4 inches and 1/8. So of course the 3 times 3 is 9/8, which adds another 1 inch 1/8 onto things. So 34 and 5/8 minus 4 and 1/8 gives a spread of 30 and 4/8. I hope you kept up, because that took me a little while to get my head around. Anyway, so then the span is 23 and 6. Beams, they're 3 and 5 by 3 and 4. Coronets are lovely and even 7 and 7. The brow tines are 7 by 7 and 4. The trays are 5 and 5 by 7 and 3. And the guard tines, they're 8 and 4 by 8 and 2. Why then do we have 8? I guess. Oh, no, what? This is confusing. Remaining points by number of palms is 8 and 9 somehow. Of course, getting 16 there. Anywho, the length without points is 14 and 6 by 16 and 4. The width without points is 5 and 6 by 5 and 4. And the width with points is 7 and 4 by 7 and 5. And there's an upper off the brow tine on the left-hand side of 5/8. Anywho, the total is 243 and a half. So that gets it the 9th biggest fallow buck at the time of recording and writing this book. Around about 3:30 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon, Middlemiss, together with a hunting companion, set off to see if they could locate what was thought to be a rather impressive fallow buck they had sighted about a week before. It was June 1999. At this area of the Taringatura Hills in Southland is well out of the feral range of any fallow deer. The buck was either an escapee from a deer farm or alternatively the progeny of such escapes. Middlemiss had mustered up his hunting gear and was eventually picked up by Gary, his companion. By 4:30 p.m. they were almost at the spot where they had previously sighted the buck on the first occasion. But much of their disappointment, there was no sign of him. The light was fading fast, and so they commenced a brisk walk back to the vehicle. About 10 minutes after they had turned back, a movement in a scrubby gully to their left drew their attention. With the aid of his telescopic sight, Middlemiss sighted a buck, but was not sure it was the animal they were looking for. Middlemiss stalked closer, in fading light, in time determining it was probably their quarry. It was his shot. Armed with the Ruger 270, Middlemiss made sure of his shot to down his trophy where he stood. When Middlemiss reached the dead buck, he immediately realised it was the one they had been looking for, and proved to be bigger and superior to what they had first thought. It was an absolute monster, mate. Good on you, Nathen. Right, next we have Stephen Pearce, Lake Wakatipu, 1997. Join us there on the 235 Club. Kia ora, you're listening to the 235 Club, the New Zealand Big Game Record Series, The Fallow Deer, Volume 3, written and compiled for the New Zealand Deer Stalkers Association, Incorporated, by D. Bruce Banwell. Volume 3 of the series of New Zealand Big Game Trophy Records, written and compiled by D. Bruce Banwell on behalf of the New Zealand Deer Stalkers Association, Incorporated. Published by the Halcyon Press, a division of Halcyon Publishing Limited, PO Box 360 Auckland, 1015 New Zealand, printed through Collarcraft Limited, Hong Kong. The copyright D. Bruce Banwell, 2003, first published 2003, all rights reserved.